Twelfth Night. I'm Allison Gordon.
And we are the co-directors of Twelfth Night. At this time, please turn off or mute all electronic devices.
We ask that you please refrain from photography or recording of any kind during the show. We will record the show and make the recording available. However, camera use during the show may distract the actors or obstruct the view of fellow audience members.
In the event of an emergency, know the exits are located behind you in the center aisle, off to your right, and backstage to your right.
There will be a short intermission, which we will announce between Acts 2 and 3. If you must step out at any other time, please wait for the transition between scenes when the lights are dim, and also wait to re-enter for another transition between scenes. At all other times, please remain quiet and in your seats.
There are a few content warnings to mention before getting started. This show contains multiple depictions of excessive consumption of alcohol. There are also multiple characters dealing with grief and loss of family members. Imitation weapons appear on stage, and there are brief moments of physical violence.
Finally, this show would not be possible without the incredible amount of hard work that was put into it.
We would like to take this moment to thank all our actors, our stage manager and one-person tech team, Jill, and the Shakespeare Troupe e-board, who have done so much to bring the show before you today.
And thank you for coming to see the show.
Enjoy.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it. That's Sir Phaeton. The appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again! It had a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ears like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough! No more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. Oh, spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea, naught enters there, but falls into abasement and low price even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, Curio?
The hart.
Why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, e'er since did pursue me. How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid to return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view. But like a cloistress, she will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round, with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting her sad remembrance.
She that hath a heart of that fine frame to pay this debt of love, but to a brother, how will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? When liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied, and filled her sweet perfections with wine self-king. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers, love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
Country friends is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, Captain?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. And so perchance he may be.
True, madam. And to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship is split, when you and those poor numbers saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself to a strong mast that lived upon the sea. I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
You're saying so. There's gold. I know an escape unfoldeth to my hopes. Knowst thou this country?
Aye, madam, well. I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, in Asia, as the name.
What is the name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late. For but a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur. As you know, what the brave ones do, the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count, who died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died. For whose dear love, they say, she has subjured the sight and company of men.
Oh, that I served that lady, and might not be discovered to the world till I have made mine own occasion mellow. What mine estate is.
That were hard to compass, because she'll admit no kind of suit. No, not the duke's.
There is a fair behavior in thee, captain. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid, for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke. You shall present me as a eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music, that may very allow me work his service. What else mayhap to time I will commit, only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, then let mine eyes not see.
I thank you. Lead me on.
Plague means my niece, to take the death of her brother thus. I am sure care is the enemy of life.
My troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier than night. My lady, your niece, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Accept, why, let her accept before accepted.
Ay, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself to no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and these boots too. And be they not, let them hem themselves in their straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight you brought in here one night to be her wooer.
Who, Sir, Andrew Higuchi?
Aye, he.
Oh, but he's as tall as any man is in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but I'll have but a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fie that you'll say so. He plays all the viol de gamboys and can speak 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book, and have all the good gifts of nature.
He hath almost natural, for besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreller. He hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarreling. 'Tis thought among the prudent he would have the gift of a grave.
Well, by his hand, they're subtractors and scoundrels that say so of him. Who are they?
They that add, moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking health to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as there's a passage in my throat, and drink in Illyria Here comes Sir Andrew Agueface.
Sir Toby Belch!
Sweet Sir Andrew!
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good Mistress Accost. I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good Mistress Mary Accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is flaunt her, board her, woo her.
Oh, I'm an undertaker in such company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
Oh, knight, thou lackest a cup of cannery. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life. Unless you see cannery put me down. Sometimes I think I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
No question.
And I thought that, I'd forswear it. I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Well, pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? Oh, that I'd spent that time in tongues that I had fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Oh, had I but studied the arts! Faith, I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4-1, she'll none of me. The Count himself, here hard by woos her.
She'll none of the Count. She'll not match above her degree, not in estate, years, nor wit. I have heard her swear it, it's life in it, man.
Faith, I'll stay a month longer. I'm a fellow with the strangest mind in the world. I delight masks and revels, sometimes all together.
Art thou good at these kickshaws nights?
As good as any man in Illyria, whatsoever he be, under the degrees of my betters, and yet I will not compare to an old man.
What if thy excellence in a galliard?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
I can cut the mutton to it.
And I believe I have the back trick, simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these gifts hid? Wherefore they a curtain before them? Why dost thou not go to church in a galliard and come home in a coranto? My very walk should be a jig! Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did think, with the excellent constitution of thy leg, that it was formed under the star of a galliard.
Aye, 'tis strong, and it does indifferent well in a flame-colored stock. Shall we set about some rebels?
What shall we do else?
Do continue these favors for us, Cesario. Your life is much advanced. We have known you for 3 days, and already you are a stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence that you call into question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario, ho?
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Stand you a while aloof. Cesario, thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Be not denied access. Stand at her doors and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow until thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow, as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds rather than make an unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Oh, then unfold the passions of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act out my woes, for she will attend it better in thy youth than in a nuncio's more grave aspect.
I think it not so.
Dear lad, believe it, for they shall belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Dine's lip is not more smooth than rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound. and all assemblative of a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right act for this affair. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a barful strife, whoever I woo myself would be his wife.
Nay, I prithee, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my mouth so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colors.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away. Is that not as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage. And for turning away, let the summer bear down.
You are resolute then.
Not so neither, but I'm resolved on 2 points.
That if one break, the other will hold. But if both break, your gaskins fall.
Act in good faith, very act will go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of eve's flesh as any in the Lyria.
Peace, you rogue, no more of that. Here comes my lady. Make thy excuse wisely, you were the best.
Wit, and be thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that do think they have thee do very oft prove fools, and I, that am sure I lack thee, may pass for a wise man. For what says Quinapalus? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady.
Go to. You're a dry fool. I'll know more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
2 faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that this simple syllogism will serve so, if it will not, what remedy? As there is no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady may take away the fool, and therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Misprisoned in the highest degree. Lady, cucullus non facit monachum. That's as much to say as I wear not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
I'll make your proof.
I must catechize you for it, Madonna. Would my muscle virtue answer me?
Well, sir, for the want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
God send you, sir, a speedy infirmary for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for 2 pence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I mock her ladyship takes pride in such a very rascal. I saw him put down the other day an ordinary fool with no more brain than a stone. Look at you now. He's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gagged.
Oh, Malvolio, you are sick of self-love, in taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and a free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There is no slander in an allowed fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young gentleman and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam. Your kinsman?
Oh, fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but Batman. Fie on him. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home. What you will to dismiss it. Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it.
Thou hast spoke for us, Madonna, as if thy eldest son should be a fool, scolded crammed with brains. For here he comes, one of thy kin with a most weak Piamater.
By mine honor have drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
A gentleman? What gentleman?
'Tis a gentle man here. A plague of these pickle herring. How now, son?
Good Sir Toby!
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery? I defy lechery! There's one at the gate.
I marry, what is he?
Let him be the devil. And he will, I care not, but give me faith, say I. It's all one.
What is a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. The first draft above heat makes him a fool, the second mads him, and the third drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crowner. Let him sit on my cuz, for he's in the 3rd degree of drink. He's drowned. Go, look after him.
He is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes it on himself to understand that much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What should be said to him, madam? He is fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so, and he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be supported to a bench. But he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind.
Of what manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage in years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy. 'Tis in the standing water between boy and man. He's very well favored, and speaks very shrewishly. I don't think his mother's milk was scarce out of him.
Let him approach, and call him my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Give me my veil. Come, throw it over my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house. Which is she?
Speak to me. I'll answer for her.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray thee, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I took great pains to con it. Good ladies, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comfortable, even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can answer little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentleman, give me modest assurance, if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No! My profound heart. Yet by the very fangs of malice I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain, if you are she, you do usurp yourself, for what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I'll forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is the more like to be feigned. I pray you keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
I am a messenger.
Sure, you have some hideous message to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive branch in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity, to any others, profanation.
Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
Comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method in the first of his heart.
I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are out of your text, but we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis ingrained, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose reds and whites nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventory, and every utensil and particle labeled to my will as item, 2 lips indifferent red. Item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them. Item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. But if you are the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, that such love could be but recompensed, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. But I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, and in dimension, in the shape of nature, a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such suffering, such deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense, I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them loud, even in the dead of night. Hollow your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state as well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Unless perchance you come to me again, to tell me how he takes it. Fairly well. I thank you for your pains. Now spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart of flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell. Fair cruelty.
What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well, I am a gentleman.
I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. Not too fast, soft, soft. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague? Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with a soft and invisible stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madame. At your service.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind him. Would I or not, tell him all none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. If that the youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reason for it. Hie thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
I do, I know not what, in fear to find mine eye too greater a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force. Ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Will you stay no longer? Nor will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore, I shall crave of your leave that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on me.
Let me yet know whither you are bound.
I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore, it charges me in manners the rather to express myself. You must know of me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messali, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. The heavens have been pleased when we had so ended, but you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me for the breach of the sea, was my sister drowned.
Alas the day!
A lady, sir, though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounts beautiful. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned already, sir, with salt water, though I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Good Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you have recovered, desire it not. Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother, that upon the least occasion more, mine eyes will tell tales of it. I am bound to the Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else I would very shortly see thee there. But come what may, I with you so that danger shall seem sport, and I will go. Were you not even now with Countess Olivia?
Even now, on a moderate pace I have since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You may have saved my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you put your lord into a desperate assurance that she will none of him. And one thing more, that you never come so hearty again in his affairs. Thus to be, to record is taken with this. Receive so.
She took the ring of me, all none of it.
Come, sir, you so peevishly cruel to her. And her will is, it should be so returned. It's worth the stooping for. There it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak in starts distractedly. She loves me. Sure. The cunning of her passion shows itself in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring? Why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so, as 'tis. Poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see, thou art wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy may do much. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms? Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we, for such as we are made of, such we be. How will this patch? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, oh, alas the day, what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? Oh, time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes, and do a cooler so again, thou knowest.
Nay, my troth, I know not, but I know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. So that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. And does not our life consist of the four elements?
Think so they say, but I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar! Therefore let us eat and drink. Maria, I say, a stoop of wine.
Oh, here comes the fully faith.
How now, my hearts? Did you ever see the picture of we three?
Welcome, ass. Let's have a catch.
Most certain. The fool has an excellent breast. I had rather than 40 shilling. I had such a leg and so sweet a breath to sing as the fool has.
Come on, let's have a song. There's a sixpence for you.
There's a potential of me too.
Would you have a love song or a song of good life?
A love song, a love song.
Aye, I can offer good life.
And contagion. Shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that shall draw 3 souls out of 1 weaver? Shall we do that?
And you love me, let's do it! I'm a dog at a catch.
By your lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let our catch be thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave, knight. I shall be constrained to call thee knave, knight.
This is not the first time I've been constrained to call thee knave. Come, begin. Oh, my peace, come, begin.
I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Oh, excellent. Come, begin.
Oh, Mr. Stein, where are we roving? Oh, say him, your true love's coming. High and low, every breath.
What a caterpillar do you keep here? My lady have not pulled up with Stuart Malvolio and bid you out the door, never trust me.
My lady sick and tired. We're politicians. Malvolio's Peg of Ramsey and 3 merry men be we. Am I not consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Tilly Valley, lady. There once was a man in Babylon, lady, lady.
Beshrew me! The night's an admirable fooling.
Oh, the 12th day of December.
Peace for the love of God, peace. Unmasters! Are ye mad? Or what are ye? Have ye no wit, manners, or honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do ye make an alehouse of my lady's house, that ye squeak out of your cosier's catches, with no mitigation or remorse for voice? Is there no respect in persons, place, nor time in you?
Oh, we did keep time, sir. In our catches. Stick up!
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that, though she harbors you as a kinsman, she is nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself in your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it would please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be
Ay, good
gone.
Sir Toby.
Out of tune, sir, ye lie. Art thou any more than a steward? Dost thou think because thou art virtuous that there should be no more cakes and ale? Go rub your chain with crumbs. Maria, a stoup of wine.
Mistress Mary, if ye prize my lady's favor as anything more than contempt, you would not give means to this uncivil rule. She shall know it by this hand. Go shake your ears.
'Twere as good as to drink when a man's a-hungry, to challenge him to the field, and then to break promise with him and make an ass of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge to him, or I'll deliver thy indignation by word of mouth.
Patience for tonight, Sir Toby. The youth of the Count was today with thy lady, and she's much out of quiet. As for Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nayword and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us. Tell us something of him.
The devil's a Puritan that's anything but a time pleaser.
An affection as that calm state without book and utters it by great swords, the best persuaded of himself, so grand as he thinks with excellencies. 'Tis upon this belief that all that look upon him love him, and it's on that vice in him that my revenge will find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he'll find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very much like my lady, your niece. On a forgotten matter, you can hardly distinguish our hands.
Excellent! I smell a device.
I'm having my nose too.
He shall think, because of the letters thou wilt drop, that they have come from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now will make him an ass.
Ass I doubt not.
Oh, it will be admirable.
Well, I know my physic will work upon him. I will plant the two of you and let the fool make a third. Wherein he find the letter, observe his construction of it. For tonight, to bed, and dream upon this event. Farewell.
Good night, Thessalia.
Before me, she's a good one.
She's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once too.
Let's to bed night.
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends. Now, good Cesario, but that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passions much, more than light airs and recollected turns of these most brisk and giddy-paced times. Come, but one verse.
He is not here, so please your lordship, that should sing it.
Who was it?
Feste, the jester that the Lady Olivia's father took much delight. He's about the house.
Seek him out and play the tune a while. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are, unstead and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon it. Young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favor that it loves. Hath it not, boy?
A little, by your favor.
What kind of woman is it?
Of your complexion.
She is not worthy then. What years of faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven! Let still the woman take an elder than herself. So wears she to him, so sways she level in her husband's heart. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and worn than woman's are.
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection shall not hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower being once displayed doth fall that very hour.
And so they are. Alas, that they are so. To die even when they to perfection grow.
Oh, Philip, come, that piece of song we had last night. Mark it, Cesario, 'tis old and plain, and dallies with the innocence of love like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
I prithee say,
Come away, death. It's that sadness that we lay. Fly away, breath. For I'm slain by fear of me. Now I'm all with you. Free, hard death, the one so true, did share it.
there's for thy pains.
Oh, no pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir, and all pleasure will be paid one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave.
Now, the melancholy God protect thee, farewell.
Let all the rest take place. Cesaria, once more, get beyond same sovereign cruelty. Tell her my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantity of dirty hands, but 'tis miracle and queen of gems nature pranks her in attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir.
I cannot be so answered.
Sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love as great a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There is no woman's sighs can buy the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite, no motion of the liver, but of the palate. But mine is all as hungry as the sea and can hold so much. Make no compare between that love a woman can bear me and that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter, loved a man, as it might be, perhaps, were I a woman, I should, your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will. For very oft we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too. And yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. To her in haste. Give her this jewel. Tell her my love can give no place by no delay.
Come thy ways, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come.
I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to see the rascally sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know, he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
Well, to anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we'll fool him black and blue, shall we not, Andrew?
And we do not in this pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my kettle of India?
Get you three to the box tree. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He's been yonder in the sun practicing behaviors to his own shadows this past half hour. Observe it. For the love of mockery. For I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. A close in the name of jesting. Lie down there, for here comes the trap that must be caught with tickling.
"'Tis but fortune, all is fortune. Maria once told me that she did affect me, and I've heard her herself come thus near that, should she fancy, should be one of my complexion. Besides, she used me with a more exalted respect than any of those that follow her. What should I think on it?"
Now here's an overweening rogue.
Oh, please. What confession makes a rare happy compliment? How in Shakespeare's advanced plumes.
Smile like it's so beautiful.
Peace, sir.
To be Count Malvolio.
Rogue!
Having been 3 months married to her in my state.
Oh, for a stone blow to hit him in the eye.
Pistol, pistol. Oh, peace. Now he's deeply in. See how his imagination blows him. Calling my officers about me in my branch velvet gown. Having come from a daybed where I have left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone!
Oh, peace, peace. And to have the humor of state, with the demure trouble of regard, calling them, I'd know my place, as I would they should know theirs. To for my kinsman, Sir Toby.
Shall this fellow live?
Toby approaches, curtsies to me. I extend my hand to him thus, and with an austere regard of control, and a quench my familiar smile,
Does not Sir Toby take you a blow on the lips then?
saying, "Fortunes having cast me upon your knees, give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, stab!
Patience, repeat the sins of our blood. Besides, you waste your treasure for time with the foolish knight.
That's me, I warn you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew it was I. For many people call me fool.
What employment do we have here?
The spirit of humor intimate reading aloud to him.
By my life! This is my lady's hands. These be her very C's, her U's, her T's. Thus she makes her great peace. It is in contempt of question, her hand.
Her C's, her U's, her T's, why that?
To the unknown beloved, this in my good wishes. Her very phrases, by your leave, wax soft. The impressure of her lucrece, which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady. To whom should this be? This brings him liver and all. Jove knows I love, but who? No man must know. Lips do not move. This should be the Malvolio.
Mary hang thee, Brock.
I may command where I adore, but love, like a Lucrece knife, the bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Love you, Steve Riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. I serve her. She is my lady. This is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. In the end, what should the alphabetical position portend? If I can make that resemble something in me. Soft. M-O-A-I.
Make that up. He is now at a cold scent.
custodial crown will be as white as a fox.
Malvolio! Why, that begins my name!
Did I not say you would figure it out? The curse excellent at faults.
But then there is no constancy in the sequel. That suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end thy name.
Oh, I'll cudgel him and make him cry, oh.
MOAI. The simulation is not as the former. And yet, to crush this a little, it should bend to me. For every one of these letters are in my name. Soft. Here follows prose. If this falls into thy hands, revolve. In my stars, I'm above thee. But be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands. Let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be. Cast thy humble slough, and appear fresh. Be opposite the kinsman, surly with servants. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wish to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a servant still. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champagne discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will rid Clint Arthurs. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings. She did praise my leg being cross-gartered, and in this manifests herself to my love, and drives me to these habits of her liking. I thank the stars. I am happy. I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings and cross-gartered. Jove and the stars be praised. Here's yet a postscript. Thou canst choose but to know who I am. If thou entertainest thyself to my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well. Therefore my presence still smile. Dear my sweet, I pray thee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
I can marry this wench with this device.
So can I too.
And ask no other dowry with her, but such another jest.
Nor can I neither.
Here comes my noble gold catcher.
Thou set thy foot upon my neck.
Or mine either.
That was such a dream that when the image of him leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay, but say true, does it work upon him?
Like aqua vitae with a midlife.
If you'll then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile, which will be so unsuitable to her disposition, addicted to melancholy as she is, that he will become a notable contempt. If you'll see to it, follow me.
The gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too.
Save thee, friend. and in thy music. Dost thou live by thy tabor?
No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live by my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayst say, the king lies by a beggar, if a beggar dwell near the king. Or the church stand by thy tabor, if thy tabor stand by the church.
You have said, sir, to see the sage a sentence is but a chevril glove to a good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward.
I warrant thou art a merry fellow and carest for nothing.
Not so, sir. I do care for something. But in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that be to care for nothing, sir, I would it would make you invisible.
Nay, and thou pass upon me, I'll no more with thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
Now, Jove, in the next commodity of hair, send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I am almost sick for one, though I would not have it grow on my own chin. Is thy lady thin?
Would not a pair of these have bread, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to good use.
I would play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia to bring a Cressida to destroy this.
I understand you, sir. 'Tis well begged.
The matter, I hope, sir, is not great. Begging but a beggar. Cressida was a beggar. My lady is within. I will construe to them whence you come, who you are, and what you would, or out of my welkin. I may say element, but the word is overworn.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit, as full of labor as the wise man's art. For the folly that he wisely shows is fit, and wise men, folly fallen, quite taint their wit.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir.
De vous garder, monsieur.
Et voici votre serviteur.
I hope, sir, you are, and I'm yours.
Will you encounter the house, sir? My niece is desirous you should enter if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Well, then, sir, taste your legs, then. Put them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean when you bid me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir? To enter?
I will answer you, gate and entrance. But we are prevented. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on thee.
That use a rare courtier rains odors well.
My matter hath no voice to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Pregnant, vouchsafed. I'll get them all three already.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. Your servant to the Count Orsino.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him, I think not on him. For his thoughts would they were blanks rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to whet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
By your leave, I pray you. I bade you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? I'd rather hear you to solicit that than music from the sphere.
Dear lady.
Oh, give me leave to beseech you. I did send after the last enchantment you did here a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you. Under your hard construction must I sit, to force that on you in a shameful cunning, which you knew none of yours. What made you think? To one of your receiving, enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hideth my heart. So let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love?
No, not to agrees. For 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Then why methinks 'tis time to smile again? O world, how apt the poor are to be proud. If one should be a prey, how much the better to fall before the lion and the wolf. The clock upbraids me with the waste of time. Be not afraid, good youth, I will not have you. And yet, when wit in youth is come to harvest, your wife is alike to reap a proper man. There lies your way, due west.
Then westward ho, grace and good disposition to tend your ladyship. Yield nothing, madam, to my board by me.
Stay, I prithee, tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then you think right. I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, my maidhood, truth, and everything, I love thee so, that maugre all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Ourselves we do not owe, but rather reason thus with reason fetter. Love sought is good, but given unsought better.
By innocence I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none shall be mistress of it, save I alone. And so, adieu, good madam. Never more will I my master's tears to you deplore.
And yet come again, for thou perhaps mayest move that heart which now abhors to like his love.
No, Faith, I'll not stay a jot longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
You must needs yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors to the Count's serving man than she ever bestowed upon me. I saw it in the orchard.
But did she see thee, the wild old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love in her towards you. She did show favor to the youth in your sight only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse knowledge, put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, you should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this was balked. You are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle in a Dutchman's beard. Unless you redeem it by some laudable attempt either of valor or policy.
Ain't be any other way. It must be with valor. For policy I hate. I had as leave a brownist as a politician.
Why then build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valor? Go, challenge me the Count's youth to fight him. Hurt him in 11 places. And assure thyself, my niece will take note, and there is no love broker in the world that can more prevail in man's commendation with women than feats of valor.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Why would you bear me a challenge to him?
Go, write it in a martial pen, be terse and brief. Taunt him with the license of make. It is no matter how witty, so be it eloquent and fond of invention. Let there be gall enough in thy ink, though thou write with a goose pen, but no matter about it.
shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubiculo. Go.
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
I've been dear to him some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it.
Never trust me then, and by all means stir on the youth to an answer, but for Sir Andrew, if he were opened up, and you find as much blood in his liver as will clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
Look where the youngest wren of 9 comes.
If you desire the spleen and will laugh yourself into stitches, follow me. Yon to go Malvolio is turned heathen, a very renegado, for there is no Christian can ever believe such impossible passage of grossness. He is in yellow stockings.
And cross-gartered.
Most villainously. Like a pedant keeps a school in the church, I have dogged him. He does follow every point in the letter I dropped to betray him. He does smile with more lines and onto the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike at him, and when she do, he'll smile and take it for great favor.
Bring us to where he is.
Not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire more sharp than filed steel that spur me forth in your pursuit. And not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage. But jealousy, what might befall your travel, being skillless in these parts, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and inhospitable. My willing love, but rather by these arguments of fear set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks. But were my worth, as is my conscience, firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir, best first go see your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and the things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against the Count, his galleys I did some service. Of such note indeed that were I taken here, I would scarce be answered.
Belike you slew a great number of his people.
The offense is not of such a bloody nature, albeit the quality of the time and the quarrel might well have given us bloody argument. It might have since been answered in repaying what we took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did. Only myself stood out, for which if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk too open.
It doth not fit me. Hold. Here's my purse. In the south suburbs of the Elephant is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet, while you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town. There shall you have me.
Why out of your purse?
Happily your eye shall light upon some toy which you desire purchase. And your store, I think, is not for idle markets, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more oft than begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where's Malvolio? He's sad and civil, and suits well for a servant of my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, in a very strange manner.
He's sure possessed, madam.
Why, what's the matter? Does he rave?
No, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship would best have some guard about you, for if he comes, for sure, the man is tainted in wits.
Go bring him hither. I am as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be. How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady! Oh,
Smiliest thou! I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad, lady? I could be sad. This does cause some obstruction in the blood, this cross gartery. For what of it? If it pleases the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one, please all.
How dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, yellow in my legs. And I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed? Aye, lady, I'll come to thee.
God comfort thee! Why dost thou smile so and kiss thy hand so oft?
Why does thou appear with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. It was well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great.
How?
Some achieve greatness.
What sayest thou?
And some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee!
Remember who commanded thy yellow stockings.
Thy yellow stockings?
And wish to see thee ever cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered?
Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so.
Am I made?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
Oh, why, this is very midsummer madness.
Madam, the young gentleman of the Count Orsino's has returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He serves the ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where is my cousin Toby? Let my people have a special care of him.
Oh, you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. She sends him on purpose, that I may appear stubborn to him, for she incites me to that letter. Cast thy humble slough, says she. Be opposite with the kinsman, surly with servants, with thy tongue tang with the argument of state, and set thyself into the trick of singularity, and consequently sets the matter down how I have lied her. But it is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away just now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow! Not Malvolio! Not after my degree! But fellow! This all adheres together. No drab with scruple. No scruple with scruple. No incredulous or unsafe circumstance. What can be said? Oh, Jove, not I is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity?
Here he is, here he is. How's it with you, sir? How's it with you, man?
Go off, I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Lo, how hollow the being speaks within him. Did I not tell you, Sir Toby, my lady prays you to have a care of him?
Go to. Peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio?
How is it with you? What, man? Defy the devil. Consider he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
La, you and you speak ill of the devil? See how he takes it at heart? Pray God he be not bewitched.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord.
Prithee, hold thy peace. Do you not see you move him? Let me alone.
No, with a gentleness. Gently, gently. The fiend is rough and will not be roughly used.
Get him to say his prayers, Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
My prayers, minx?
Oh, I warned you, he will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all! You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You will know more of this hereafter.
Is that possible?
If this were played on a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very genius has taken the infection of the device, man.
Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take air and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
And the house will be the quieter.
We'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. We may carry it on thus for our pleasure and his penance, till our very pastime, tired and out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on him. At which point we'll bring the device to a bar and crown thee a finder of madmen.
Oh, but see.
Here's the challenge. Read it. Warrant there's vinegar and pepper in it.
It's so saucy.
I worth of a read.
Give me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief, and to exceedingly good senseless.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
You keep on the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine. But my hope is better, and so look to thyself, thy friend as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Ague Cheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot, I'll give it to him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. The youth of the count was with my lady and will by and by depart.
Go, scout me for him at the corner of the orchard like a bum daily, and as thou seest him, draw. And as thou drawest, swear horrible, for it comes off to pass that a horrible oath, with swaggering accent and sharply twanged off, gives manhood more approbation than ever proof itself would have earned him. Away.
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now will not I deliver this letter, but the behavior of the young gentleman gives him out to be of good capacity and breeding. His employment between his lord and my niece confirms no less. Therefore, this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. You'll find it comes from a clodpole. But, sir, I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth, and set upon Andrew a notable report of valor, and drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, into a most hideous opinion of Andrew's rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. This will so fright them both that they will kill one another if I look like cockatrices.
Here he comes with your niece. Give them wait till he take leave, and presently after.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honor too unchary out. There is something in me that reproves my fault, and such a headstrong, potent fault it is that it but mocks reproof.
With the same behavior that your passion bears, goes on my master's grief.
Here, wear this jewel for me. 'Tis my picture. Refuse it not. It hath no tongue to vex you. And I beseech you, come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny? That honor saved may upon asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
And you, sir.
Of what nature are the wrongs thou hast done him, I know not. But thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, attends thee at the orchard end. Be here in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake me, sir. I am sure there is no man that hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear of any image of offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard. For your opposite hath in what youth, strength, skill, and fury can furnish man withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is knight, dubbed with unhashed rapier and on carpet consideration. But he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies hath he divorced. 3. And his sentiment of this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and sepulchre.
I will return again into the house to desire some conduct of the lady. I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of man that puts quarrels purposely on each other to taste their valor. Belike this is a man of that quirk.
Oh, sir! No! His injury derives itself out of a very competent indignation. Therefore, get you on and get given his desire. Back you shall not to the house, and unless you take that with me, with as much safety as you might encounter him. Therefore, on, or forswear to wear iron about you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, as to know of the knight what my offense to him is. I am sure it is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay you by this gentleman until my return.
Pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to more arbitrament. Nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
He is the most skillful, bloody, and fatal man that you could possibly find in any part of Illyria. Will you walk to him? I will make your peace with him if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows so much of my mettle.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I've never seen such a farrago. They say he's been a fencer to the Sophie.
Oh, Parkside, all about him.
Aye, but he will not now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on it! And I thought he'd been so cunning and fence I would have had him down ere I had challenged him. Let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse.
I'll make the motion. Stand you by here, make a good show on it. The show end without the perdition of souls. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. I have his horse to take up the quarrel. I persuaded him the youth's a devil. Sir, there's no remedy. He will, for his honor's sake, fight you. Mary, he had better bethought himself of his quarrel. He finds it scarcely worth talking of, but therefore draw. For the supportance of his vow, he protests he will not harm you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Give ground if you seem curious.
There's no remedy. He will, for his honor's sake, have one bout with you. He has promised me, as he is a gentleman and a soldier, he won't hurt you. Come on, do it.
Come on up, pray God to keep his oath.
I do assure you it is against my will.
Put on your sword! If this young gentleman have done offense, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You? What are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him. Brag to you he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, then I am for you.
Oh, Sir Toby, hold! Here come the officers.
What do not?
Pray you, sir, put your sword up if you please.
Oh, very well, I sir, and for that I promised you, I will be as good as my word. He will bear you easily and raise back.
This is the man through that office.
Antonio, I arrest thee, the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir. No, sir, no jot. I know your favor well. Though now you have no sea cap, take him away. He knows I know his favor well. I must obey. This comes with seeking you, but there's no remedy. I shall answer for it. What will you do now my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse? It grieves me much more what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed me here, in part being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my whole with you. There's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you of those kindnesses I've done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I despise ingratitude in a man more than lying, vainness, babbling, drunkenness, or any taint of vice whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
Oh, heavens themselves!
Come, sir, I pray you go.
Let me speak a moment. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought promised most venerable worth did I devotion. But oh, how vile and idle proved this God. Sebastian, thou hast done good feature shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. The man grows mad. Take him away. Lead me on.
I think his words do from such passion fly that he believes himself. So do not I. Oh, prove true, imagination, oh, prove true, that I, dear brother, now be taken for you. He named Sebastian. I, my brother, know, yet living in my glass. Even such and so in favor was my brother, and he went still in this fashion, color, and ornament. For him I imitate. Oh, if it prove tempests are kind and salt waves fresh in love.
Very dishonest, paltry boy. His dishonesty shows in him leaving his friend here in necessity and denying him for his cowardice. Ask Fabian.
A coward, a most devout coward, religious in it.
Well, so also go beat the rogue.
Do cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
And I did not.
Come, let's see the event.
If there lay any money told me nothing yet.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to. Thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Well held down, Faith. No, I do not know you, nor am not sent you by my lady to bid you come speak with her. No, your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. You know it's not me.
Now, sir, have I met you again? There's for you!
What? There's for thee! There! Are all the people mad?
Come, sir, or I'll bolt throw your dagger over the house.
This I will tell my lady straight. I would not be in some of your coats for 2 pence.
Come on, sir, hold!
Nay, let him alone. I'll find another way to work with him.
Come, sir, I will not let go. Come, my young soldier, put up your iron.
I will be free of thee. What wast thou now? If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What? What? Nay, then I must have an ounce or two of this Malabar blood from you.
Hold, Toby! On thy life, I charge thee, hold!
Madam!
Will it be ever thus? Ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains in the barbarous cave where manners never were preached. Out of my sight!
Prithee, gentle friend. Thy fair wisdom, not thy passion sway, in this thou uncivil and unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house. And hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby mayest smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go, do not deny, beshrew his soul for me. He started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? I am mad, or else this is a dream? Let nature still my sense in lethe steep. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I prithee. Would thou wouldst be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Say so and so be!
Nay, I prithee, put on this gown and this spear. Make him believe thou art Sir Topaz the curate. Do it quickly, I'll call Sir Toby the whilst.
Well, I'll put it on, and I will dissemble myself in it, and I would I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown. The competitors enter.
God bless thee, Master Parson.
Bonus dear Sir Toby. For, as the old hermit of Prague, who never saw pen in it, very wittily said to a niece of King Gorbaga, that is, and I, being Master Parson, am Master Parson. For what is that but that, and is but is?
To him, Sir Topaz.
What ho I say, peace in this prison!
The knave counterfeits well a good knave.
Who goes there?
Sir Topaz the curate, come to visit Malvolio the lunatic.
Sir Topaz. Ah, Sir Topaz. Good Sir Topaz. Go to my lady.
Out hyperbolical fiend! How vexedest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies?
Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Topaz, never was a man thus wronged. Good Sir Topaz, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou, this house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topaz.
Why, it hath bare windows as transparent as barricadoes, and the clear stores by the south north are as lustrous as ebony. And yet complainest thou of obstruction?
I say to you, I am not mad, Sir Topaz. This house is dark.
Madman, thou errest. I say, there is no true darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I am not mad. I tell thee, I am as well as my wits as thou art. Make the trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl?
That the soul of our Grandin may happily inhabit a bird.
What thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and in no way approve of his opinion.
Fare thee well, remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras, ere I will allow of thy wits, and fear to kill the woodcock lest thou dispossessest the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well.
Sir Topaz! Sir Topaz!
My most exquisite Sir Topaz.
Nay, I'm for all waters.
Thou might have done this without thy beard and gown. He sees thee not.
To him in thy own voice, and bring me word how thou findest him. I would be well rid of this knavery. I am so far in offense with my niece that I cannot with any security pursue the sport to the upshot. Come, by and by to my chamber.
Hey Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does.
Fool!
My lady is unkind, pretty.
Fool!
Alas, why is she so?
Fool, I say!
She loves another. Who calls, huh?
Good fool. As ever thou wilt deserve well of my hand, help me to some ink and a candle, some pen and paper. As I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio?
Aye, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you beside your 5 wits?
Good fool. Never was a man so thus abused. I'm as well as my wits as thou art.
But as well? Then you are mad indeed if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here propertied me, sent ministers to me, asses, and done all they can to face me out of my wits.
If I what you say, the minister is here.
What?
Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits in the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep and leave thy vain bibble babble.
Sir Topaz!
Maintain no words with him, good fellow.
Who? I, sir? Not I, sir. God be with you, good Sir Topaz.
Marry, amen.
I will, sir. I will.
Fool, 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 I say!
Alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I am shammed for speaking to you.
Fool, help me to some ink and some paper. I tell thee, I am as well as my wits as any man in Illyria.
I will help you to it. But tell me true. Are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll never believe a madman till I see his brains. I will fetch you light and paper and ink.
Good fool, I will live to be thankful to thee for it. I pray thee, go off.
I am gone.
This is the air. That's the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it. And though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant, yet there he was, and there I found this credit that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service, for though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness. Yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad? Or else the lady's mad. Yet, if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back her affairs and their dispatch with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes!
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me in this holy father. Plight me the full assurance of your faith, and my most jealous and doubtful soul may live at peace. He shall conceal it, and whilst you are willing, it shall come to note. What time we will our celebration keep according to my birth? What do you say?
I'll follow this good man, and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father, and heaven so shine, that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Now, as thou lovest me, let me see his letter.
Good Master Phoebe, grant me another request.
Anything.
Do not desire to see this letter.
That is, to give a dog, and in recompense, desire his dog again.
Long use the Lady Olivia, friends.
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know you well. How dost thou, good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and they make an ass of me. Now my foes tell me plainly, I am an ass. So that by my foes I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends I am abused. So then, the worse for my friends, and the better for my foes.
Why, this is excellent.
Why, my troth, sir, no. Though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's gold.
But that would be double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
You can fool no more money out of me at this throw. But if you will let your lady know I'm here to speak with her and bring her along with you, it may await my bounty further.
Marry, sir, lullaby to your bounty till I come again. I go, sir, but I would not have you to think that my desire of having is the sin of covetousness.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of his, I do remember well. Yet when I saw it last, it was smeared as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. The boggling vessel was he captain of, with which such scatheful grapple he did make the most noble bottom of our fleet, the very envy and tongue of laws cried favor upon him. What's the matter?
This is that Antonio that you describe in the street, desperate ashamed state, in the private rather did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put such strange speech upon me, I know not what 'twas but distraction.
Notable pirate! Thou saltwater thief! What foolish boldness has brought thee to their mercies, whom thou, in terms so bloody and so dear, hath made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was thief nor pirate, though I confess on base and ground enough Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither. That most ungrateful boy there by your side, from the rude seas enraged and foamy mouthed did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and thereto add my love, without retention or restraint, all in his dedication. For his sake did I expose myself, pure for his love, into the danger of this adverse town. Drew to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew a 20 years removed thing, while one
mine own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before, no interim, not a minute's vacancy. Both day and night did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth. But for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months hath this youth tended upon me, but more of that anon. Take him aside.
What would my lord that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam.
Gracious, Olivia.
What you say, Cesario? Good, my lord.
My lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel?
Still so constant, lord.
What, to perverseness? You uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul the faithfulest offerings hath breathed out that e'er devotion tender. What shall I do?
Even would it please my lord, that shall become him.
Why should I not? Had I a heart to do it. Kill what I love. Savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly. But hear me this. Since you to non-regardeds cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this your minion, whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, him will I tear out of that cruel eye where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are rife with mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb I do love to spite the raven's heart with her dove.
And I, most jocund, apt, and willingly to do you rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than I love these eyes, more than life, more vile moors than ever I shall love wife. If I do feign, you witnesses above, punish my life for the tainting of my love.
I me detested! How am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come away!
Whither, my lord? Cesario, husband, stay!
Husband?
Aye, can he that deny?
Her husband, sirrah!
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of my fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Do not, Cesario, take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, and that thou art as great as that thou fearest. Welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee, by thy reverence, here to unfold. Though lately we intended to keep in darkness what occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe. What dost thou know hath newly passed between this youth and me?
A contract, an eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joints of our hands, attested by holy close of her lips, strengthened by interchangement of her rings, sealed in my function by my testimony, since when my watch has told me, toward my grave, I have traveled but 2 hours.
Thou dissembling, come! What wilt thou be? Farewell, and take her, but direct thy feet where henceforth thou and I shall never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Do not swear. Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, Sergeant! Someone presently to Sir Toby!
What's the matter?
He has brought my head across and given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help. I have rather than 40 pound I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. We took him to be a devil imparted it.
My gentleman, Cesario?
Oh, Flaglings, here he is!
why do you speak to me? I did not hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me, and I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Here, Mr. Toby Halting, you shall hear more. If he had not been a drink, he would have tickled you other gates than he did.
How now, gentlemen? What is it with you?
Oh.
That's the one that's hurt me. And that's the end on it.
Get him to bed and let his hurt be looked to.
I am sorry, madam. I have hurt your kinsman, but had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons. A natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio, oh my dear Antonio.
Sebastian, are you?
How the hours ramped and tortured me since I have lost thee.
Are you Sebastian?
Fairest thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is not more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity in my nature, of here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Messaline. Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian was my brother too, so went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
Spirit I am indeed. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall upon your cheek and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so had mine.
And died on that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
Oh, that record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act the day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing less to make us happy both, but this my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me, till each circumstance of time, place, and fortune to cohere and jump that I am Viola. Which to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town where lie my native weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count.
So comes it, lady. You have been mistook. But nature to her eyes drew in that you would have been contracted to a maid. Nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and man.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have shared his most happy right. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times thou shouldst never love a woman like me.
And those sayings will I overswear, and those swearings keep us true in heart, as doth the orbed continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that did bring me on shore hath my maid's garments. He upon some action is now in durance at Malvolio's suit, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, I do remember me. They say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. Oh, how does he, sirrah?
Truly, madam, he was Beelzebub at the stave's end, as well as a man in his case may do. Has he ever written a letter to you? should have given it to you today morning, but as madman's epistles are no gospels, so it skills not much when they are delivered. Open it and read it. Look then to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman.
By the Lord, madam!
How now, art thou mad? No, madam, I do but read madness.
Read it, you, sirrah.
By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet I have the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not to do myself much right or you much shame. Think of me as you please, I leave my duty a little unthought of and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
See him delivered, Fabian. I'll bring him hither. My lord, so please you, these things further thought on, to think me as well a sister as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on it, so please you here at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding. And since you called me master for so long, you shall from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister, you are she. How now, Malvolio?
Is this the madman?
Aye, my lord, the same.
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notoriously wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you, peruse that letter. You must not now deny that it is your hand. Write from it if you can, in hand or phrase, or say 'tis not your seal, nor your invention. You can say none of this. Well, granted then, and tell me, in the modesty of honor, why have you given me such clear rights of favor? Made me come smiling, cross-gartered, to wear yellow stockings, and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people. And in acting on this, in obedient hope, why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in darkness, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious get and go as ever invention played upon? Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing, though I confess much like the character, but out of question 'tis Maria's hand. And now I do bethink me, it was she first told me thou wast mad, then camest in smiling, and in such forms which here were presupposed upon thee in the letter. I prithee be content, this practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee. But when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and judge of thine own case.
Most freely, I must confess, myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here, upon some stubborn and uncourteous courts we had conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with a sportful malice it was followed me rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if that the injuries be justly weighed that have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how they have baffled thee. Why, some are born great,
Some achieve greatness.
and some are great the rest of I was one in this interlude. One Sir Topaz, sir, but that's all one. By the Lord Fool, I am not mad. But do you remember?
Madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal? And you smile not, he's gagged. And thus, the whirling of time brings in his revenges.
I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you.
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. He has not told us of the captain yet. When this is known and golden time convenes, solemn combination shall be made for our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesaria, come. For so you shall be while you are man. But when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.